Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here. I hope you're having a great day. I've got an excellent and very unusual horn here. As you can see, it's got a lot of little dings in it. In fact, it's called a hammered bell, or as some people call it, hand-hammered or hand-peened. And now, I cannot remember where I read it, but I read that they put a double layer over here of bell metal so that they could actually indent this properly, and it is all over the bell through the crook up to where it attaches at the first valve. So just a very unique thing. This is not a military model, although that's generally where we think of the hand-peened bells being used. But if you can read here, of course it says Olds in large letter, and then under smaller letters here it says Symphony. And I've also read this was considered a large bore at the time it was made, 1934 for this one. Large bore then was about what our medium large is now, 459, 1000s, 460, something along those lines. But now, very interesting where they finished the bell. You can see they made a little bit more ornamentation, just these little points with a small emblem at the each. And there is one mark on this trumpet. It's hard to see. See if I can get the light right. You can see just a little ribbon of something there. I thought at one point it might have been a crease, but I can only see that one thing. I think it might be a scratch. And of course, look at the lead pipe. Yes, the lead pipe has been replaced. I believe, if I recall correctly, I didn't have it done, but the man that sold it to me, I believe he said Mark Metzler did this and then re-lacquered it as well. You can see some markings on the valve casing there. But then again, we're talking about a trumpet that is not far from 90 years old. Very interesting. Now, when I first got this horn, and the fellow that sold it to me, very nice man, he told me, he said, it's a player. And I thought, well, yeah, good. It's really a looker. It's a player. And as far as sound, it's a clear sound. I don't consider it a bright sound. I don't consider it a dark sound. I think it's just, I've said occasionally, but it's been a long time, it's what a trumpet should sound like. It's just a very clear sound. Doesn't lean light or dark, either way to my way of thinking. Now I'm going to use a medium deep mouthpiece here, medium large, I guess I could call it, because the sides are bowled out a bit more, like a Bach B mouthpiece. This is GR64 medium, but bowled out a little bit. It's a medium B. Okay, I think we'll just play what I've been playing a lot recently. One of them is The Street Where You Live. And we'll use this medium mouthpiece. I think you'll notice just a clear sound. Then we're going to go to a deeper mouthpiece. We won't try a lead mouthpiece, although this horn would be able to do it. But on The Street Where You Live. Great trumpet sound. I remember, no, it might have been a couple of years ago I was playing a horn. Might have been an Olds Ambassador. But I said that's just what a trumpet should sound like. Just a very strong sound. It's an old scripture in the Bible that says, if the trumpet gives an uncertain sound, who shall go forth to battle? And what they were looking for then was a piercing clarion call. And I think you could say that's that's along the lines of what this is. Okay, going to go to a much deeper mouthpiece. This is Trent Austin's TATF, a trumpet flugel piece with a very manageable backbore. And we'll tootle around with my favorite things. Now remember me mentioning, and I'm not sure where I read it, I'd heard that they put a extra layer of brass for the bell so they could hand peen it. The trumpet feels a little heavier than some, but I did weigh it just before we started. This is a Strad with a tunable bell, so it's got a little more weight because, well, the braces are missing, but you do have a brace here. And then you've got your rail system here. Little bit heavier than usual. This weighs in at 38.6 ounces, and the old Symphony weighs in at 39.2. So half an ounce heavier the Symphony is than this one. I'm going to play again just a little bit on this trumpet, and then we'll compare it to the sound of the old Symphony. And I'll probably just do my old standard gospel number, I remember when my burdens rolled away. This is with the Strad with a Blackburn lead pipe. Leans a little bit dark, perhaps. And then again, we'll play the same thing, same mouthpiece, the GR64MB on the old Symphony, so you've got a comparison. And we'll quickly play that same thing, same mouthpiece on the old Symphony. Now, I also said earlier, I don't think you'd want to use this as a lead horn, but it isn't because it lacks playability in the upper range. Very easy blow, and I think a good focus sound. Like with most good horns, I think you could do about anything you wanted with it as far as usage. All right, what a nice horn. To think Olds put these out so consistently, so consistently. Now, I have had a lot of Olds over the last few years, and my preference is to, sorry, got a cord under a wheel. My preference is to get them from the older LA factory. But I gotta say, I had an Olds Ambassador, which a lot of people kind of dismiss as a student horn from like 52. Tremendous player. And they're renowned for being a one tolerance factory. They didn't put less emphasis on the lesser valued horns. They still exercise their full opportunity for craftsmanship. And it's very apparent when you see a horn like that. All right, folks, as always, a pleasure to spend time with you. Any comments, feel free to make them below. Check it out. If you've had experience with hand-peened bells, olds, good horns, it's always nice to hear from you. Do take care of yourself and someone near you.